Have you ever wanted something so badly you'd walk through a blizzard to get it? Picture this: snow up to your knees, wind howling like wolves, and you're in a freezing forest looking for flowers in the middle of winter. Sounds mad, right? But that's exactly what happened to a girl in Slovakia, a beautiful country tucked into the heart of Eastern Europe, where mountains touch the sky and forests are thick with ancient trees. It's about a kind girl, a mean stepmother, and 12 mysterious brothers who control the seasons. And it teaches us something important about kindness and greed. Now, close your eyes if you like, and let's step into a snowy Slovakian winter where something impossible is about to happen. Once upon a time, in a small cottage at the edge of a dark forest, there lived a girl called Marushka. She was kind and gentle and worked harder than anyone you've ever met. But here's the sad bit. Her stepmother and stepsister treated her terribly. They made her do all the cooking, all the cleaning, all the washing. They gave her the coldest corner to sleep in. They fed her scraps while they ate the best food. And her stepsister, Holena, she did absolutely nothing except sit by the fire, eating sweets and complaining. But Marushka never complained. She just kept being kind, even when it was hard. One day, right in the middle of the coldest, snowiest January, Holena suddenly had a craving. "I want violets," she announced. "Fresh violets, right now." Her mother looked up from her knitting. "Violets? In January? Don't be silly, dear. Violets only grow in March." "I don't care," shrieked Holena. "I want them now." The stepmother thought for a moment. Then her eyes landed on poor Marushka, who was scrubbing the floor. "You," she said with a cruel smile, "go into the forest and don't come back until you find violets." Marushka's heart sank. "But it's the middle of winter. There are no violets." "I don't want to hear excuses," snapped the stepmother. "Go, and if you come back empty-handed, don't bother coming back at all." So, Marushka wrapped herself in her thin shawl and trudged out into the freezing snow. The forest was deep and dark. Snow piled up to her knees. The wind howled through the trees like wolves singing. Marushka walked and walked, searching for violets even though she knew it was impossible. Her fingers went numb. Her toes felt like ice. Just when she thought she might freeze, she saw something through the trees. A light! A warm, golden light. Marushka pushed through the snow toward it and found herself in a clearing. In the middle of the clearing was an enormous fire, blazing bright and warm. And sitting around the fire were 12 men. Some were old with long white beards. Some were middle-aged with serious faces. Some were young and handsome, and some were just boys. But here's the really strange bit. They were all dressed very strange and very differently. Some wore furs and icicles. Some wore flowers and green leaves. Some wore golden wheat. Some wore bare branches. The oldest one, with a beard as white as snow and a staff made of ice, looked up at her. "Who are you, child?" he asked in a voice like winter wind. Marushka curtsied, shivering. "Please, sir, I'm looking for violets. My stepmother sent me and I can't go home without them." The 12 men looked at each other. "Violets?" said the old one. "In January? Impossible." "I know, sir," whispered Marushka, "but I have nowhere else to go." The old man studied her for a long moment. Then he nodded slowly. "Brothers," he said, "this is a kind child. I am January, and I control this month. But perhaps, Brother March, would you help her?" One of the younger men, dressed in green with flowers in his hair, stood up. "For a kind heart, yes." January handed his icy staff to March, and the instant March touched it, oh my goodness, everything changed. The snow began to melt. The air grew warm. Tiny flowers pushed up through the ground, snowdrops and crocuses, and beautiful purple violets. "Quickly," said March with a smile. "Pick your flowers." Marushka gathered a handful of violets, her heart bursting with gratitude. Thank you so much." March smiled. You're welcome, child. Now hurry home before January takes his staff back. Marushka rushed home through the forest, which had turned back to winter the moment she left the clearing. When she burst through the door with fresh violets in January, her stepmother and stepsister couldn't believe their eyes. Where did you get these? Demanded Holena, snatching them. In the forest, said Marushka simply. She didn't mention the 12 brothers. Something told her it was a secret worth keeping. But Holena wasn't satisfied. A few days later, she announced, I want strawberries. Fresh, ripe strawberries. Strawberries in January? Even the stepmother protested. If Marushka can find violets, she can find strawberries, Holena insisted. So once again, poor Marushka was sent into the freezing forest. Once again, she found the clearing with the 12 brothers. And once again, they helped her. This time, Brother June stepped forward with his warm sunshine, and suddenly, strawberries were ripening on their leafy runners. Marushka thanked them, gathered the berries, and hurried home. But now, Holena was really curious. How is she doing this? She muttered. A few days later, she demanded apples. Red, ripe apples. In January. And when Marushka returned with apples, Holena decided, that's it. I'm going myself. If there's magic in that forest, I want to see it. I should get the best of it. Her mother tried to stop her, but Holena wrapped herself in the finest furs and marched into the forest. She found the clearing. She saw the 12 brothers around the fire, but instead of being polite and humble like Marushka, Move over, Holena demanded, shoving her way to the fire. I'm freezing! Make room for me! The 12 brothers stared at her. Who are you? Asked January coldly. Never mind that, snapped Holena. I want apples, and pears, and strawberries, and violets. Bring them all to me, now. The brothers' faces grew dark. January's eyes flashed like ice. You demand gifts from the months themselves, he said quietly. You, who show no respect, no gratitude, no kindness. He raised his staff high. Then you shall have winter, and only winter. A terrible blizzard exploded from nowhere. Snow and ice and howling wind surrounded Holena, so thick she couldn't see her own hands. She tried to run, but the snow was too deep. She called for help, but the wind swallowed her voice. When she didn't come home, her mother went looking for her, and the same blizzard caught her too. They say that both of them are still out there, but were never seen again. As for Marushka, she inherited the cottage and lived there peacefully, and sometimes, on quiet winter evenings, she'd see a light in the forest and know that the 12 brothers were there, keeping the seasons turning. And once in a while, she'd find a gift on her doorstep. Violets in January, strawberries in winter, apples when there should be none. The months never forgot kindness. You know what I absolutely love about this story? It shows that how you treat people, especially people who can help you, matters so much more than what you want from them. Marushka was polite and grateful, so the months wanted to help her. Holena was rude and demanding, so they didn't help her at all. Kindness opens doors. Gratitude creates magic, and treating others with respect, even mysterious strangers around a fire, is always, always the right choice. Have you ever noticed that when you're kind to people, they want to help you? That's the magic of the 12 months right there. Come back soon, explorers. There's magic hiding in every season.